Hello gang, good to see you again. For those of you tuning in for the first time, I am the Articulate Grunt. Welcome to my channel. I'm sorry I've been off a bit, guys. There have not been many vids as of late, but work's been insane. And it's going to be insane this next week as well, so the vids I get out will probably be short 1 to 3 minute vids, singular topic, opinion pieces. My apologies in advance. Additionally, as many of you are familiar, I did a piece on the Golden Dawn a little over a week ago, which has by and far become my most popular, biggest hit vid ever. And it's actually spurred a few private emails, requests, as well as a few comments posted up that wrote requesting similar vids on other topics, as well as from individuals claiming to be members of the Golden Dawn in Greece, wanting to talk to me and confirm information, provide me information, and discuss back and forth. That, coupled with requests for follow-up vids, I'm going to be putting a lot of research into that area, and I'll probably be doing a Golden Dawn follow-up as well as some similar vids on organizations here in the U.S. and in other places around the world. So a lot of my research time, what little there is of it, will be going into that. So my apologies if my vids over the next week, as I said, are a little short and more opinion pieces of things catching my attention in the news and commenting thus on. But let's move on from there, because I always like to leave you with a little something to think about, a little something to rattle around in the brain pan. Now, as most of you know, I am a vet. I've got many deployments under my belt. I've seen a lot of things around the world. I've traveled a lot. And I like to support and look into things concerning my brothers and sisters who were crippled overseas in action. I myself am extremely lucky, as the doctors once talked about amputating my left hand, but thanks to a creative former Navy SEALs field surgeon turned civilian doctor and a 1.5 physical therapy and workout routines, I'm good to go. It's weak, I don't have a lot of grip, and the knuckles pop like that, which hurts a bit, but I've still got it and can still use it. So I've done a number of pieces in the past on transplant surgeries where they're now transplanting arms and hands and other body parts from deceased individuals onto living individuals who lost body parts. I've also looked into information and done vids on prosthetics, fake limbs. Well, something caught my attention. I did a little digging and found that there are several companies in the US, England, the United Kingdom, Germany, and Spain who are working on prosthetics and have invented several for partial amputees. In the picture you see here, the lady is from Spain. She was a concert pianist that, due to a nasty bacterial infection, lost parts from both hands. She now has new partial prosthetics that give her the ability to grip once again, use utensils to feed herself, write, pick chocolates out of a box, and teach the piano, thus enabling her to once again resume an active and productive life. There are many of those around the world. I was rather surprised. Several of them have a very Terminator robot-esque look. Plus, one company in particular in Germany has actually been working on and developed a prosthetic hand and arm that, though not like pinned down on a table and bashed at, they can swing at with a hammer or baseball bat. That not only does not break it, but allows it the motor skills to snap, to actually produce enough speed and friction to snap its fingers, something that's never been accomplished before. So we're getting further and further on cybernetic technologies, and it caused me to have a bit of a light bulb moment. We have cyborgs. The lady previously pictured has partial prosthetic hands that allow her to function normally. And I've featured vids before on full prosthetics. In one case, a Marine who can now drive again. We have cyborgs. Bit of a sci-fi fan? That's really cool. But, moving on from there, one of the things you know I'm not really neutral on is the prison system, especially here in the U.S., and the treatment of prisoners. I'm a hard ass. I'll admit it. But part of that is due to the financial situations of it. Your average prisoner costs $47,000 a year to maintain. Now, I'm not going to mention this gentleman's name, But he finally dropped the last of his appeals. He was convicted 22 years ago of the kidnapping, vaginal and anal rape, and murder of a 9-year-old girl who had gone to the corner store to get sugar to make lemonade for a lemonade stand. Yeah, that cliche. He tricked her into his truck, drove her to a remote location, and you know what happened to the rest. He finally ended up cutting her jugular vein and leaving her to bleed to death. He was convicted due to DNA evidence, and when his conviction was upheld, he started appealing the lethal death process in the state he's convicted in, South Dakota. And yes, I'm drinking from a kid's cup. It's what was clean. I'm secure enough in my manhood that if that's what's clean, that's what you drink from, you put on a load of dirty dishes, and you drive on. Well, after 22 years, he's finally being put to death sometime next week. Now, aside from the cost of his appeals, his court dates, all the things he's been pulling for the last 22 years to try and avoid it, I'm not even looking at those. Just the base maintenance cost of having him in prison has cost the U.S. taxpayers, using average numbers, $1,034,000. So finally, after 22 years, the killer of Becky O'Connell will be put to death by lethal injection sometime next week in the state of South Dakota, and hopefully this will bring closure to her family. With that, I give you an apology for the scruffy appearance. I've been incredibly busy this week, and I'll catch you later. Keep your heads down, take care. I am the Articulate Grunt. Bye.